Hello, my lovelies. It is Thursday, March 4th, 2021, and the current temperature today is 3 degrees Celsius, which is about 34 Fahrenheit. I am out here in Spryfield, which is part of the city. Whoops, and it's a little blustery out here today, and I'm just trying to fight the wind. My apologies. Let's get that. I'm on the side of a hill here in Spryfield. Alrighty. Spryfield is a neighborhood here in Halifax. It is pretty old. It was founded in 1770 by a Captain William Spry. I do believe he was a British naval officer. I want to say naval because it was the British Navy that founded our city. It is quite a commercial area. A little bit of snow left over. You know, it's been a while since I've recorded. Well, Sunday, which was like 4 or 5 days ago. Now, there are some people that find Spryfield could be a little bit on the sketchy side. It does have a reputation, but all the times I've been out here, I've never had any issues with anybody. But I think that happens in a lot of cities. You find an older neighborhood that, you know, is basically a blue collar or working class, and people think the worst. I haven't been out here for a while. So we're going to go on an adventure. I find that with my channel, I'm going out into areas that I know of, but either I very rarely go, like here, or it's places that I've never been before, like when I live streamed up in Clayton Park in that new area, and we went through that little walking trail in sneakers. Or my video where I went to the Birch Cove Park over off Lake Banook over in Dartmouth. Now this is the head office for the Maritimes, for the Salvation Army. And right beside it is a Chinese restaurant called Hop Sing. For all you classic television viewers, you would know Hop Sing was the cook on Bonanza. You know what? I think I'm gonna cross because I got the light. So there's just where we were. So Spryfield is not on the peninsula, and I'm a little bit past Fairview. That's going a little bit more west of here. So it is very commercial. I went past a Canadian Tire and a No Frills where I started. Shoppers and McDonald's. Animal hospital. Woo! Now this hair salon at one time do believe was a Dairy Queen or something. It was a fast food joint. Alas, no more. It's a hair-slinging place. Speaking of hair, it's blowing all around me. Mine is. I do have a hat with me in my backpack. See an East Coast lifestyle truck. That was a success story for Alex McLean, who was taking his business degree at Acadia University maybe about 10 years ago. Got his dad and him invested, I think, $500. And it was supposed to be just like a project. Now this kid is worth mucho moolah. He's a very rich boy. They're in all 4 Atlantic provinces. Sporting that, they have t-shirts, toques, scarves, gloves, everything. I think they even came out with a limited edition craft beer last summer. Oh, my hair is blowing all over the place. There's the Sobeys over here. We got some suburbs. So you can tell that Spryfield is very commercial in this here part. And that wind, oh my goodness. So we're on the road called Herring Cove Road. I don't know if I mentioned that already. If you follow the road all the way out, you'll go past Spryfield, you'll go out to Herring Cove, to Sambro, Portuguese Cove, a whole bunch of other little villages that are right on the ocean. So this road does take you right out to the North Atlantic. And it is hella windy today. Can't be in Nova Scotia without going to a Sobeys. I'm a superstore girl. Loblaws, for those who are wondering what I mean by the superstore. It's owned by Loblaws. Ooh. Yeah, hella windy. I have an idea of where I'm going to go from here because I was trying to map things out. And I woke up this morning and I said, Spryfield would be kind of neat to do. I haven't been out there for a while. Now I know why. I don't come out here very often. It's a little bit on the boring side. Okay, let's... holy moly moly. That wind. Welcome to the North Atlantic. Oh, there's a familiar sight for Spryfield. The Popo. Okay, what makes a little bit of Spryfield notorious? We've all heard of the Hatfields and McCoys. Spryfield has their own. There is a huge family feud that has been going on for generations between the Melvilles and the Marriott family. So, usually every few months, there's always something in the newspaper with them. So we're not immune to crime families down here. I have no idea what the feud started about. I don't think they do anymore, because it's been going on for generations. It's kind of like the Hatfields and McCoys, the Montagues and the Capulets. Granted, there's no Romeo and Juliet with this story. Alrighty. I'm trying to get... oh, the wind kind of died down. There we go. Hi. This is me in the freezing. I figured when I'm walking, I do get a good workout. So I'm just wearing a shirt, a little hoodie, and a windbreaker. But not one of those nylon windbreakers that makes that god-awful noise. And I threw my hair back up off my face, thinking that would help. That is a bright yellow house. And it's not even the same shade of yellow. So for being such an older community, there's no like heritage properties around. Oh, my nose. Halifax is built on a lot of rocks. And a lot of iron deposits in the rocks. So I am thinking about firing up a live stream later. I know folks have been asking. And last Friday I did one from home because, man, it was cold out. So I'm not going to do one from home. The only time I'll do those ones is if the weather is very crappy out, like cold or windy or hurricane strength. So don't get used to me home streaming. I will leave that to another YouTuber who does the home streams, because he's got a better setup than I do, that he can entertain you a lot more than me. We got fire station number 6 across the street. So if you keep following Herring Cove Road out, it eventually turns into this road, so it loops it around. But it takes about 45 minutes to circumnavigate the road or more. It does make for a lovely Sunday drive if you're into that. If I drove, I would be into that. I like exploring. And you're probably wondering, hey Bevy, why don't you drive? And why do you always joke around that the roads are much safer without me on them? Funny you should ask. I will tell you. A long time ago, many moons ago, there was a young girl in high school who took driver ed. Had a great time, you know, passed her learner's permit exam, flying colors, knew all the stuff, got me behind the wheel of the car. I'm doing good. I mastered, you know, I was doing good for doing night driving and everything. And then one day I was driving and my instructor, who was sitting beside me in the car, said, okay, we're going to be taking a right turn here off this street onto this other street. And I hated this thing because it's still there, but there was a telephone pole right on the corner. Like literally, it was like in the middle of the sidewalk. So when you're walking on it, you have to like kind of veer out to avoid this telephone pole in the middle of the sidewalk. Well, Bevy didn't make the turn wide enough, and I took off the passenger side mirror, scraped the whole side of the car, which was red, you know. Red cars take a lot of coats of paint. Yeah. My poor teacher, who had quit smoking 5 years prior to all this, had to go. These were back in the days when you could pick up smokes at the drugstore. So we went across to the mall. She picked up a carton of smokes, or a pack of smokes, went over to Tim Hortons, sat down, drank her extra large double, and chain smoked about 5 cigarettes. And I was bawling my eyes out. I was traumatized. She said that I should never get behind the wheel of a car, that I am a danger. And telling that to a 16, 17-year-old kid, that freaked me out. I mean, I used to go learning how to drive with mom and dad. And yeah, but to have she wasn't even like a teacher from the school. Her husband was, and she had her credentials to teach driver ed, but she wasn't faculty of the school. So it traumatized me. And at the time, mom and dad's cars were always standard transmission, because I do believe if I'm ever going to learn how to drive, I want to learn how to drive a stick. Because you just never know if you're ever over in Europe. They really don't have a lot of automatic transmissions over there, from what I understand. And it's always good. There is no sidewalk here, folks. I knew I should have crossed the street. It's a painted sidewalk, so that is not a bike path. So that is why Bevy doesn't drive. But I am a very good navigator. If you need to go anywhere, I will ride shotgun and tell you how to get there. I am your own personal GPS unit. So that's my story time while we're in the boring part of Spryfield. am going to see. Let's cross. There's no cars coming for the foreseeable moment. I know, see, now you guys are all traumatized because of my trauma. No, you're not. But I've been fortunate to always live in communities where I could walk or take public transportation. So I'm good. And I do like walking. It's funny because the coat that I'm wearing, I haven't worn it for about 2 years because I outgrew it. And it fits. I got extra room. Boop, boop, ba-doop. So that made me happy today. The Golden Fortune Restaurant. Yeah, see, as you can tell, there are no sidewalks. Ooh, there's a rock climbing place there called Over the Edge. I don't know if I want to do rock climbing. I don't like heights, but I can do like bouldering because you're not going as high. Does that make sense? And there is a bouldering place in my neighborhood. So these are the types of homes that are in the old part of Spryfield. There's the number 9A bus. I took one of these to get out because I can pick it up just about a block away from my apartment. We have an Irving gas bar. And they're advertising that Thursdays and Fridays they have the lowest prices on gallons of milk. Which reminds me, I have to get milk at some point because I've been hankering for pancakes and I do them from scratch, so I gotta have milk. I don't do that box stuff. And I make a mean chocolate chip or banana type of pancakes. Sometimes I'll even call it a funky monkey and put in the chocolate and the banana into the pancakes. I know I can be creative. If I'm gonna have pancakes, I usually reserve it for a Sunday morning breakfast. Saturday or a Sunday morning. Because those are my lazy days. That's when I get to sleep in. Some cute little homes. A lot of these are post World War II mid-century homes when they were built. Some of them still have their oil heat. It's that time of day where school buses are out and I just tripped over my own feet. And I've been watching a lot of other people's videos this week. Catching up is what I've been doing. Plus, I was supposed to have pest control come into my apartment. They've been doing maintenance around and stuff, so they just wanted to make sure that nothing has come into my apartment, and that they never showed up. Darn it. He couldn't stop in time. That's okay. I'm not going to be mean and yell at him. I'm a nice maritimer. Get more flies with honey than you do with lemons. So I figured they were going to be coming in just to inspect. I live in an old building. I've heard my neighbors complaining about little furry four-legged people, four-legged tenants with tails. So, but they never showed up. And I don't think I have those. I have a cat. So, whoops. And Max, you know, he would probably see them and eat them. But that gave me a good reason to clean. So Kiddo and I, we pulled out all the furniture and we scrubbed and vacuumed down all the baseboards. And did all that. So my apartment is super clean now. We're going to go down a side street here. Oh, pardon me. Welcome to Melville Heights. Yes, named after the family. Because this, I think, will take me out to what they call Purcell's Cove Road. Lots of coves. But a lot of retirement homes out here. I was I can't even talk. What is with the winter? We all have it. Tongue-tied syndrome from the wind. I Google mapped how to get over to Purcell's Cove Road from Herring Cove, and it told me to come through here. So, I'm coming through here. Because this is a long-term care facility, there is a paramedic. And I'm hoping that I can get a really good view of the Northwest Arm here, because that's what I'm walking towards. I'm only wearing sneakers today. Not my Fila's for once. I got the Under Armours on. And I only did that because, being a girl, I wanted to match my outfit. So I'm wearing my black skinny jeans with a side part and my black Under Armours. This whole area is one great big huge retirement community. Now there's a sidewalk. And that off in the distance, if you can see, that, my lovelies, is Dalhousie University off there in the distance. I did a video walking through the Dal campus not that long ago. So here, these would be apartments, seniors' apartments, for those that are up in their golden years. I'm just cutting through the parking lot because I am. But this does turn into another road that will get us down to Purcell's Cove Road, which is right on the northwest arm. Slowly but surely, we're losing our snow, which is good. It is now the first week of March. And I realized the other day, I've been doing this now for 4 months. Not too shabby. I've lost a total of 7 inches off my waist. I'm not going to tell you where else I lost inches off of, or how many off of other areas. But it was a non-scale victory today that my coat is actually loose on me. Maybe that hill from my previous video at Birch Cove Park, that killed me. Oh my God. But I felt good, like on Monday. So good that I actually went down to my building's fitness center for a little bit. The crunching is salt. And I'm noticing little, like, rusty red birdhouses that are up in the trees. Ooh. Ooh, there's some wind. Derby blue wind blowing. See, I like the Google Maps. It tells me stuff. And I'm climbing down a hill. Or going down a hill. Oh, this is a really nice view. There's my shadow on the tree. But it is that is straight down. That's why they have a safety fence here. See, I'm getting all these sneak peeks of places in the winter just to see what they look like. And then maybe come back in the summer, spring and summer, when the flowers are in bloom. Leaves are out on the trees, squirrels are frolicking in the trees. It will be quite nice. I am walking solo today. It is Thursday. Kiddo is going back to his father's for the week. He'll be back Wednesday. But you never know. I might rope him into coming along with me. Damn, some big rocks down there. I would not want to fall. He's the walker of the family. When he goes out on weekends and he's walking, he's gone for hours at a time, and he will probably end up doing about between 20 and 25 kilometers worth of walking. So yeah, he does it. And being a teenager, he eats me out of house and home. But I was at Costco the other day, so I got him a lot of Cliff Bars, because you can get like these great big, huge, ginormous packs of like 22 assorted. And for like, I got them on special. They were on for $14.99 that day. Because I got a coupon. You know, when you walk into Costco, they give you those coupons. Yeah, and I usually don't do that, but I knew I was getting those. So he's got the Cliff Bars. He has chocolate chip, mint chip, and chocolate fudge. So he always has those in his backpack to snack on. Hi. Oh, my heart. There was a loud bang behind me. I think somebody was putting something into their dumpster. So this whole area is going into higher end apartments. Where they're all nestled into the trees in park-like settings. Okay, Google Maps made this not as long as what this is. There are some houses peeking through the trees, and they're not little houses either. I am going to be doing a second video while I'm out this way. After I record this, I will have a Cliff Bar that I kind of snagged from Mark's stash. Shh, don't tell him. And I'll nibble on that. I can never eat a whole Cliff Bar. I mean, when you look at them, they're kind of small looking. Holy moly. They pack a punch. They fill you up really fast. So I have a mint chip. It's my favorite. Anything with chocolate and mint. Okay, I think when I get down to the end of this and get onto Purcell's Cove Road, I'm going to end the video. Oh, exciting news for me this week. I launched my Patreon. So now I do have Patreon. So if you do want to support the channel, you can do that and become a Patreon member. And I have my tiers. I named them after different streets in Halifax. So I have the Brunswick Street, the Barrington Street, and the Spring Garden Road. So if you're at the Spring Garden Road level, I get to shout out. So shout outs to Vivian Johnson and to Michael Gray. They are my Spring Garden Road tier. And I do have some other Patreons on the Barrington Street tier as well. So this is all new to me. So I still have in the description, I will have my link to the Patreon if you want to do that. And I also have a link to my PayPal if you don't want to join the Patreon. I am getting very close to my 1,000 subscribers, which is exciting. The last I looked, I was at 779. Not quite 780, but I'm getting there. So we're coming down to Purcell's Cove Road, and I'm going to end the video. Actually, I can probably end it right around here, next to this big old rock. Rock. That's how we say it down here, rock. So I want to thank you guys all for coming along with me in Spryfield. I did go to an area, this part, that I've never been before. It was an enjoyable walk. Sorry about the wind. I hope I didn't traumatize you with my story of my failed driver's ed class. And I discussed my Patreon. I talked about that and my PayPal links, so they're all down there. So I am going to lean up against one of these rocks, have my Cliff Bar, and move on to making video number 2. And I'm going to check the weather because it seems like it changed since I started. But thank you for coming into Spryfield with me. I know it's not an exciting neighborhood, but we got to explore it together, and that's what makes it worth it. All right, my lovelies, I will see you all on my next video. Bye.